Greetings and salutations. This is Jason Silverain, and today I'll be taking a look at Taro, the demo. Now, this is a fluffy visual novel by Fantasia, a small Italian games development indie studio, and they're looking to build upon this game that they've had going for some time. This is sort of a attempt at a re-release. It's currently on Kickstarter, it's about halfway funded and quite possible, which is one of the reasons I'm throwing this video out there pretty early, because I'd like to see this one actually done. I've actually backed this. It's been a while since I've seen a visual novel with such charm and quality. Sadly, the demo doesn't have many options, so I do apologise if the music drowns me out a little bit. I've tried my best to get the audio levels right. Now, they're looking for about £4,500. I think they just want some time to actually take some time off work and then just put as much as they can into this. It's really quite an ambitious project, but I certainly think that, they can get it done. Okay. So 5% of a game that's intended to be eventually over 50 hours if they get the full Kickstarter. They've got quite a few good stretch goals as well, but right now I just want to focus on the story. Oh, that's not looking good. Someone's been pushed off a roof. This game does have multiple endings and quite a few side stories. They really have shown in the Kickstarter how well they've planned this out, which is one of the reasons I wanted to give them my support. No one in this house gets up early, it seems. For a little pause, someone turns off the alarm. It's the story of a lazy fat cat. In the house, you begin to hear footsteps of the family members getting out of bed. Mom, come on, get up. So lazy I will need a hand to help him change things. Your hand. Still in bed? Let me sleep. Those who don't get up in time don't have breakfast. Alright, I'm going downstairs now. Yes, Taro is a pretty fat, chunky cat. So yes, this is essentially a world where everyone is cats. Rolling to the right, Taro rolled from the blanket in which he was curled and then stood up. Look, if you don't move soon, we're going to eat everything, she yelled from downstairs to warn him. I'm coming right now. Don't forget to put on your uniform before coming down. But it's still to be ironed. Already done. What? Sighing loudly, Taro approaches his closet, opening the first door. When did she find time to iron it? And yet last night I made sure the uniform couldn't be presentable today. How did she fix it so fast? I didn't even see her walk into my room. Is the cat trying to boycott me? I mean, come on, Taro. I know you don't like going to your new school, but there's no sense of self-sabotage. Anyway, last call for Taro. Damn, they're going to eat all the breakfast. Okay, whispers the cold cat, young cat, and then raises his eyes to the uniform hanging in the closet. Let's start again. Yes, general premise is this guy's moved from the country into the city. He's going to a school, but it's got a massive bullying problem, but the teachers aren't interfering because there's a lack of evidence. And at the start of the story, I believe he gains the attention of the bullies. Anyway, once dressed, Taro begins to taper his belly, trying to fix a uniform which seems quite tight. How strange, last year fit no problem. Well, that's because you're a fat, chunky boy. Perhaps in the fury of washing it, she accidentally causes it to shrink. Okay, Taro. Pisces, March 11th, okay. Personality, shy, anxious, lonely. Weakness, he cannot swim. Sweet tooth. Hobbies, origami, eating sweets. Those are not really hobbies. Origami, maybe. Eating sweets, not so much. Mega chonker, 67% body fat. As I've said, I'm an extremely lazy and fat cat. Shrink! It must have shrunken in the washing machine. After seeing his round figure reflected in the window, he realizes the situation. Maybe I should go down. Honestly, you could miss a few breakfasts and be fine. What's taking you so long? Says Mum. She asks him again as she looks up the stairs from the lower floor. I'm coming! Oh, in a feline shot, Taro crosses the entire flight of stairs in a second and runs to the kitchen. Once he gets in the kitchen, he sees that the table is full of food. This is Taro's family, his mother, his father, and his little sister. Taro slept well. Okay, his mother practices martial arts regularly. I wonder if that's actually going to come up as something. This is his mother, a devoted cat who loves to take care of her family, even though she uses methods that are a little too strict. Was it all a lie to get me up early? Of course, otherwise who knows when you'd arrive. But this is completely unfair. Even Aya's just woken up. You can read on her face. Good morning, big brother. Cutie Pie simple and sleepy his personality. Collecting bottle caps is a hobby. Future chonk is the body fat. This is Aya, the younger sister of Taro. Well. Is Aya. The little sister answers with a sunny expression and collapses onto the table. She can't even stay awake, just look at her. Wait a minute. This reminds me of a similar incident of the past. Taro immediately says to look at the clock at home to check the time. It's 6 AM in the morning! I'd adjusted the alarm for 7:30. Did you change it again? We had to, you know. You're likely to be late if you get up at that time. But lessons start at 8 and it only takes 15 minutes to get there. Why won't you let me sleep? Don't you want me to be happy? Why do you hate me? Your father and I thought it was the right thing to wake you up earlier so we could have breakfast together. Me and your father? You're the one who wanted to sneak into his room last night. I told you to be angry if he changed his alarm clock. But what are you saying? Oh, sorry. What are you saying? Mom slaps her husband on the neck to silence him. Ah. Calm, workaholic, mild. Weakness, works too much. Hobbies, reading, especially the newspaper, staying up to date. Oh lord, he's coming as a chonk level. Taro's father, a simple cat with a calm soul, too cheerful for the time he devotes to his work. Then you came in last night to fix my uniform. And yet I was sure I hid it well before I went to bed. That's what I made you believe, my son, but you're not so shrewd. After you dabbled in ruining your expensive uniform, it was obvious you would eat your favourite kibbles I left there just before, without you noticing. And even more obvious you would lose track of the time continuing to eat and watch TV. Inevitably ended up collapsing with tiredness. At that point it was simple to enter and fix everything, ironing, cleaning uniforms, storing it folded in the closet. finally tucking you into bed with a good night kiss. You are so devilish. No, you are too greedy and consequently easily deceived, son. Damn those 2 tasty crisps. Can we eat now? Okay, just 1 more second. Thought leaves into Taro's mind. If you're the one who washed my uniform last night, is it your fault I'm being squeezed in it today? Touching his belly, showing the stretching buttons, he goes on. Look how small it is. In this outfit, I certainly can't go to school. Before he can finish the sentence, his mother appears confused while interrupting him. Look, I've never washed your uniform. But then why does it feel tight? I don't know. It's the same one you wore last year. I always washed it out of the washing machine to keep it shiny and intact. Oh, I understand. It's really amazing how tight clothes become in the closet. Of course. Let's just have breakfast. I hope there's an option to get him to slim down, because he is a fat chonk, and it does make me worried when cats are this fat. Okay, after sitting down and waking little Aya from her sleep, they all put some crisps in their bowls. At last! One by one, they throw themselves into varieties of food on the table. After a little munching, Taro looks around with ease, saying, So, what time do you think you're going out? I don't know, dear. What time have we agreed to? She asks her husband with an innocent look. If I'm not mistaken, precisely when they've all left the house. What? Why? Because you and we don't really... because we know you and don't really think about leaving without making sure you went to school. So that's why you woke me up so early. I'm sorry, Taro, but your dad starts working early in the morning, so... I want you to be out exactly when he goes out. But Dad goes out at 7:15 AM. What will I do with all the time outside the house? That's your problem. You could go the longest ways. You could take some morning exercise. What? Exercise? Dad, please say something. Something. I like this dad already. Damn it, Dad! Taro yells on a dry tone as his father giggles under his mustache. We suspected you were going to skip school today, and we can't let you get into that bad habit again. Oh, so he's a school skipper as well. His grades must be crap. You had too many little absences this year. But on the first day, you almost never do anything, and school starts on a Thursday. What's the... Oh, sorry. Yeah. But on the first day, you never do anything, so then school starts on a Thursday. What's the use? Saturday is the last school day of the week. I might as well start school next Monday, don't I? No. But Mom... No buts. This is your last year and mandatory school will be over. You should be glad that you'll be soon out. Burst of joy. I'm sorry, I know you're sick of that school, but it's all very different from when we're in the country. But it's very important for you to take part in all the lessons. Your mother is right. You can't slip into that bad habit again. This year you're going to have to be in class more often. Hurrah. I can't understand why you act so sarcastic. Okay, it's not the school of your dreams, but it remains the best in the city and it could open many doors for a future job. That doesn't make me feel like going. Taro answers, interrupting his mother. Mama, the tuition cost us a lot. You're going and that's it. Says his mother with a renewed, more serious authoritarian tone. You chose that school when you came here, you can't complain now. Yeah, I chose it before knowing what I was going to face there. Small note, Taro's school is amongst the most prestigious in the world and has been ranked first place for the study of feline sciences. Its study regimes and schedules, however, very often pupils spend almost all day in school, and this created a very familiar atmosphere where student relations become fundamental. Excuse me, I spent nearly all day in school when I was growing up. I didn't do anything for the student relations. A shy introvert cat like Taro, immersed in a situation, can only aspire to isolation. That's why he doesn't like going to school. Aya, I like going to school. The Aya murmurs, breaking the moment of tension. See, she's a shining example. You should follow her lead. What an effort. At her age, at school, they do nothing but sleeping, eating, picking boogers out of their noses. He exclaimed while getting up from the table, clearing his stuff. I do not do that things. Blah! Of course my little girl doesn't, says her father, pinching the soft cheeks of little Aya. Go get ready in 10 minutes, Dad leaves. Alright. And I hope I could stay home and play video games. A few minutes later. I'm not going to narrate all of this, by the way, because otherwise my throat is going to be absolutely wrecked again. Both his father and Taro head to the front door, each with their bags on their shoulders. After going out, they stop for a moment to say goodbye to the two cats still in the house. Good day, darling. Thank you. Good day to you too, dear. Turning her eyes to Taro, his mother says with a smile, and don't make that face. You're doing your duty. Why can Aya stay at home then? She can stay a little longer because later I'll be the one accompanying her to school. Lowering his gaze slightly, Taro notices his sister's tongue. Meh. Damn it! Before he could do anything, his father grabbed him by the nape, sighing. Let's go, son. Come on. Meow. Taro moans. And then he gets dragged away. See you later. Definitely, dear. Bye. So I wonder if we're going to get any choices here. After walking a few meters, Taro's father takes him to the quickest alley towards the main road and sees him off for a quick pat up before disappearing into crowds shortly after. Alright, execute there on quick, but these things happen. At this point, Taro, now resigned, heads to school. I'm out here now. I don't know what to do with all this time. Why do I have to go to school today? I had a nice plan to get mentally ready to go back to class next Monday. I would have spent the next few days hugging the warm blankets of my bed and had pleasant company of video games. Topping it off with a new episode of that series I started watching last week. Oof. Would be really nice. Just thinking I have to go back to that class. Damn it, if I think how different it was when I was in the country. My old class, the quiet, serene village, the carefreeness of that place. Despite a year since moving to the city, Taro still struggles to adapt to this environment. City cats are cold and distant towards newcomers, which is the complete opposite of the warm country village from which he's from. Heh. Right now, I even miss the times when my grandmother chased me with the spray bottle for stealing those school cookies. Since Taro moved, everything has changed. Hey, I'm already explaining it. This is my duty, says the narrator. I'm capable of doing it on my own. Your narration is dull. It's my story. Okay, suit yourself. The narrator leaves. Since I moved, everything has changed. I thought it might be a good experience since my dear friend Joe also moved to the city like just a year before. Even though we knew each other so well, when he saw me, he completely ignored me as if I didn't exist. Every time I tried to approach him, I became too embarrassed. Until the obvious result, now we're really strangers to each other. Since he joined a group, he isn't himself anymore, he's like become another cat. Shaking his head, Taro recovers his thoughts by returning to the present and in mind. I don't have to think about these things now. I better hurry, I don't want to be late. Also, I had exactly the same situation. Pretty much. Went from primary school to secondary school, exactly the same thing happened. I need to ask one last thing. Tell me. Joe lives in the same area as you, and though you both take the same route to school, you haven't crossed paths once. Isn't that weird? Weird? I crossed his path in the first few days of school, but then I got embarrassed, so I preferred to avoid it. From there on, I've always left the house at a time where I'm sure I won't get in his way. Are you serious? What? It's easier that way. I better move so I get there in time to choose a good place to sit. Suddenly remembers the instructions given by the school's vice principal about places in class. The places! I completely forgot this year the places will not be chosen by the students. Was that all witch of an a vice principal who said that places would be decided by teachers to prevent counterproductive groups from forming. I was so happy school was over and the winter holidays had started, it slipped my mind. And if you're wondering, here school starts in January, not September. Don't ask me about it, I think that's crazy too. Now I think about it, the piece of paper with signed seat should still be in the pocket of my uniform. He says to himself, he begins rummaging through his pockets. What pockets? That thing has no pockets. Not this, candy wrappers, chocolates, little eyes, stuffed paw. Here it is. Last year I was in seat number 25, so back of the class. No wonder he's a blimmin' dosser. This year it looks like I'm going to be at number 19. Which is literally one seat forward. That's not really much of an improvement. Can't be. That's not fair. There's no... Let me guess, there's no window. I'm not in the last row anymore. Feline panic. How could he do this to me? Last year I chose that place because it's the most inconspicuous look at the class and no one noticed me. I could come and leave without anyone seeing me. My grades were neither too high nor too low to be noticed. Sitting at the desk, I will undoubtedly have someone behind me who will watch me the whole time. I want to cry. I hope that cat behind me will be very tall so they don't even notice my presence. And there's no point wasting time thinking about it. It's getting late, I better hurry. I don't want to be in that class when they've already sat down already. Stomach grumbles as soon as Taro begins to walk. Ugh, what a pang to the belly. Stomach grumbles again. Should have never eaten all that kibble for breakfast. I'm very sick. Pain does not subside, will I be forced to go to the school bathrooms? Someone won. What does that smell? It's disgusting, I don't know. Is anyone in the bathroom? One of them starts speaking softly. I'm pretty sure I've seen that new cat come in here before us. Who, the one from the countryside? Yeah. Must be him, it's the face of a diarrhea sufferer. No. I don't even want to think about it. All I have to do is resist and in hopes my stomach won't make too much noise in class. Wait, what happened here? Why did the background lose all colours? Wasn't this the scene that was added in last? And the one we couldn't afford all this art? Stomach grumbles even louder. Ugh, I can't waste timing on these feelings. I better hurry or I might be late. Finally. I finally arrived at school. It's time for the opening. The what? What do you mean? Opening time. See, I do like this. They've put a lot of effort into it, having all these animations. The old red strings of fate there. And for us, the opening will be the ending of this episode. I'm going to make it a two-parter, possibly. I'm not sure how long this will go for, so it might go a bit further. I hope you're enjoying it so far. and I will catch you next time.